Good morning, everybody. We are in chapter 4, Structure of the Atom. As we have discussed some of the important NCERT question answers in our NCERT solution, in our first part of the NCERT solution. So today I would like to go for the exercise of NCERT solution. So in that most of the questions we will discuss and try to understand the questions which are there in NCERT. So we'll continue with our exercise NCERT solution. In that, question number 1, compare the properties of electrons, protons and neutrons. So here this question can be asked in 3 marks. Compare the properties of electrons, protons and neutrons. So as we know that first and foremost point you can consider in this, their charge. So electrons are present outside the nucleus of an atom, protons are present in the nucleus of an atom, and neutrons are present in the nucleus of an atom. So here we can say that electrons are outside the nucleus, proton and neutrons are inside the nucleus. Second point, electrons are negatively charged, protons are positively charged, and neutrons are neutral. So here the electron, the mass of an electron is considered to negligible. Proton, the mass of a proton is approximately 2000 times as the mass of an electron. And neutron, the mass of neutron is nearly equal to the mass of proton because they are in the nucleus. So this question can be asked in 3 marks and very much important for your coming exam. Next question, what are the limitations of J.J. Thomson's model of the atom? So in this model, according to J.J. Thomson's model of an atom consists of a positively charged sphere with electrons embedded in it. However, it was later found that the positively charged particles reside at the center of the atom called the nucleus, and the electrons revolve around the nucleus. So that was some limitations of the J.J. Thomson's model of the atom. Question number 3, what are the limitations of Rutherford model of the atom? So according to the Rutherford model of an atom, electrons revolve around the nucleus in fixed orbits, but an electron revolving in circular orbits will not be stable because during revolution it will experience acceleration. Due to acceleration, the electrons will lose energy in the form of radiation and fall into the nucleus. In such case, the atom would be highly unstable and collapse. So that are some limitations of Rutherford model of the atom. Next question, describe Bohr's model of the atom. This can be asked in 5 marks and it will be 100% coming for your evaluation too. So please prepare this question. Bohr model of the atom, it's given by Neil Bohr, proposed the following postulate regarding the model of the atom. So here first of all the diagram is compulsory. It carries 2 marks and remaining writing part it carries 3 marks. So only first point we can include, only certain orbits known as discrete orbit of electrons are allowed inside the atom. Second point, while revolving in these discrete orbits, the electrons do not radiate energy. This discrete orbit or the cell are shown in this figure, you can see, and the first orbit. So as we are aware, as we know that in the center nucleus is there, so in that protons and neutrons are there. and surrounded sphere or the energy level K cell, L cell, M cell and N cell. So according to that, electrons are accommodated. In first orbit, number is 1, it is represented by the letter K. Similarly for N2, it is L cell. For N3, it is M cell, and for N4, it is N cell. These orbits or cells are also called energy levels. Okay, so this question is very much important. So you have to prepare this. Question number 5. Compare all the proposed model of an atom given in this chapter. So here we can see the 3 models what we have discussed. The Thomson's model of an atom, Rutherford model of an atom and Bohr model of an atom. So in this Thomson's model of an atom, it explains an atom consists of a positively charged sphere with electrons embedded in it. So that is the conclusion of the experiment which is performed by J.J. Thomson. And Rutherford model, it explains an atom consists of positively charged particles concentrated at the center known as the nucleus. The size of the nucleus is very small as compared to the size of the atom. And Bohr model, there are only certain orbits known as discrete orbits inside the atom in which electrons revolve around the nucleus. Electrons do not radiate energy while revolving. So in Thomson's model, he explained about the positively charged sphere with the electrons embedded. Rutherford model, it explains about the nucleus which is there at the center. And Bohr model, it explains about the electrons revolve in the discrete orbit. Question number 6. Summarize the rules for writing of distribution of electrons in various cells for the first 18 elements. The rule for the writing of the distribution of electrons in the various cells for the first 18 elements. So here we can take the maximum number of electrons that a cell can accommodate is given by the formula 2n square, where n is the orbit number and or level, and n is, we can consider 1, 2 and 3. So maximum number of electrons present in an orbit, for example number 1 orbit, it give 2n square means 1, 2 into 1 square means 2 electrons. In second orbit, it is 2n square, 2 into 2 square, it means 8. In third orbit, 2n square, 2 into 3 square means 18, and so on. It will. Second is the outermost orbit can be accommodated by a maximum number of 8 electrons, that is octet. Third is cell are filled with electrons in stepwise manner, and the outer cell is not occupied with electrons unless the inner cells are completely filled with electrons. So these are some rules for the writing distribution of electrons. Next question. Define valency by taking example of silicon and oxygen. Already this question we have seen in this exercise question in NCERT solution. So again we will try to understand this. The valency of an element is the combining capacity of that element. The valency of an element is determined by the number of valence electrons present in the outermost cell of the atom of that element. If the number of valence electrons of that atom of an element is less than or equal to 4, then the valency of that element is equal to the number of valence electrons. For example, the atom of silicon has 4 valence electrons. Thus, the valency of silicon is 4. On the other hand, if the number of valence electrons of the atom of an element is greater than 4, then the valency of element is obtained by the subtracting the number by valencing the electrons from 8. For example, the atom of oxygen has 6 valence electrons, means 2 4. The valency of the oxygen is 2. Explain with examples atomic number, mass number, isotopes, isobars. Give 2 uses of isotopes also. So here atomic number. The atomic number of an element is the total number of protons present in the atom of that element. So total number of proton we consider as the atomic number. Nitrogen has 7 protons in its atom, thus atomic number of nitrogen is 7. Oxygen 6 protons are there, atomic number is 6. Oxygen is 8. So that is why atomic number of oxygen is 8. Next, mass number. The mass number of an element is the sum of the number of protons and neutrons present in the atom of that element. So here, my dear students, atomic number, the total number of protons only, and mass number, its double, means total number of protons and neutrons present in the atom. For example, atom of boron has 5 protons and 6 neutrons. So the mass number of boron is 5 plus 6 means 11. Isotopes and isobars. Isotopes, they have the same element and have same atomic number but different mass number or atomic mass. We consider them as isotopes. Isotopes are atoms of the same element or having same atomic number but different atomic mass or mass number, that considered as isotopes. Carbon 612 and carbon 614, these are isotopes. Then fourth is isobars. It is totally opposite to the isotopes. In isotopes, same atomic number but different mass number. In isobars, different atomic number but same mass number. So that is the definition of isobars. They are atoms of different elements having the same mass number but different atomic number. For example, calcium atomic number 20, argon atomic number 18, and their atomic mass is 40. So that equal. So the number of electrons in this atom is different, but the mass number of the both of this element is 40. That is, the total number of neutrons is the same in the atoms of the pair of the elements. Two uses of isotopes are: isotopes of uranium is used as a fuel in nuclear reactors. An isotope of cobalt is used in the treatment of cancer. So that is a use of isotope. Question number 9. Sodium has completely filled K and L cell. Explain. So here sodium atomic number is 11. So its electronic configuration is 281. When it gives away its outermost cell, single electron is changes to sodium plus. So that is why it become 10 means 2 8, and above configuration indicate completely filled K and L cell, because one electron will be donated to the other element. Like we can take example of sodium and chlorine. So NaCl, it will form with the help of sharing one electron to each other. Question number 10. If bromine atom is available in the form of, say, two isotopes, bromine 3579 means 49.7%, and bromine 3581 50.3%, calculate the average atomic mass of bromine atom. The average atomic mass of bromine, that is 79 into 49.7 plus 81 into 50.3 divided by 100. So when you add this sum up and divide by 100, you will get 80 unit. So here we can say the average atomic mass of bromine atom is 80 unit. Question number 11. The average atomic mass of a sample of an element X is 16.2 unit. What are the percentages of isotopes X16 and X818 in the sample? So since the isotope in that atomic mass is 16 into X plus 18 into 100 minus X divided by 100. So here 16.2 is equal to 16x plus 1800 minus 18x divided by 100. So X value will get 180 divided by 2, 90. So then 90% is the X16 sample for X18 sample. So it will be 100 minus 90, it will be 10%. Question number 12. If Z is 3, what would be the valency of element? Also name the element. So here Z, its atomic number of the element is 3. If electronic configuration is 2 1, hence the valency of element is 1. Since the outermost shell has only one electron, therefore the element with Z3, it's a lithium. It is lithium. You will see hydrogen, beryllium, lithium, like that. Okay, so it is coming at the third atomic number. Question number 13. Composition of nuclei of two atomic species X and Y are given as under. The proton 6 and neutron 6, but in that Y, that is 6 and 8. Give the mass number of X and Y. What is the relation between two species? The mass number of X. So mass number first of all, in that the number of protons plus number of neutrons. So 6 plus 6 means 12, that is for the X. Mass number of Y, number of protons and number of plus number of neutrons, 6 plus 8, 14. These two atomic species X and Y have the same atomic number but different mass number. They are isotopes. What we can conclude from this? Species X and Y have same atomic number and but different mass number, so we consider them as isotopes. Question number 14. For the following statement, write T for true and F for false. J.J. Thomson proposed that the nucleus of an atom contain only nucleons. It is false. So J.J. Thomson proposed that the nucleus of an atom contains only nucleon, that is false. Second, a neutron is formed by electron and a proton combining together, therefore it is neutral, it is false. Third, the mass of an electron is about 1 upon 2000 times that of proton, it is true. An isotope of iodine is used for making tincture iodine. Generally we are using, whenever any accident would be there, we are using the tincture iodine, which is used as a medicine. So it is true. Question number 15. Put tick against correct choice and cross against wrong choice in the following question. Rutherford's alpha particle scattering experiment was responsible for the discovery of atomic nucleus. Rutherford alpha particle scattering experiment was responsible for the discovery of atomic nucleus, means he found the nucleus in the center of the atom. Second, put the tick against, means MCQ type of questions these are. So isotopes of element have, here the answer is different number of neutrons. Here we can say the different number of isotopes of an element have different number of neutrons. This is also MCQ. Number of valence electrons is chlorine ion R. It is 8. It is mentioned that number of valence electrons in chlorine minus ion R. Minus, it is mentioned minus, that is valence is, we can consider the number of valence electrons, that is 8. Which one of the following is a correct electronic configuration of sodium? That is 281, means D. Now last question. Complete the following. Atomic number. So there are many things are missing in this, we have to complete it. Atomic number, mass number, number of neutrons, number of protons, number of electrons, and name of the atomic species. Now here you can see that atomic number 9, that is fluorine. Generally we can write directly fluorine 9 number, 16 number, that is sulfur, 12 number magnesium, then 1 number, that is hydrogen or deuterium, 1 number in that we can mention protium also or hydrogen ion also. So here 9 means fluorine. So mass number is 19, number of neutrons 10, number of protons 9, number of electrons 9. So number of protons are different in that. In sulfur 16, the mass number is double, 32. Number of protons 16, number of electrons 16, number of neutrons 16. Magnesium, that is also double, 12 to the 24 mass number. Then number of protons 12, number of neutrons 12, number of electrons 12, and species name is magnesium. Now here in this, the mass number, atomic number is 1 and mass number is 2. So therefore the electrons are 2, neutrons are 2, protons are 1 and electron is 1. Then last is hydrogen ion 1, in that number mass number is 1, there is no neutron, only protons are there, no electron. So like that in exam the question will be asked. So my dear students, additional questions you can prepare from this. The questions will be, what is the difference between atomic number and mass number? Distinguish between atomic number and mass number. What are the differences between isotopes and isobars? It can be asked from the content itself, whether it is there or not in the exercise. So this type of questions you will prepare, and this is the end of this chapter. Most of the topics, every corner topics we have discussed from this chapter. So prepare this chapter very nicely. This will be there in your coming evolution 2. Chapter number 4 will be there, structure of the atom in evolution 2. So thank you and have a nice day.